हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। विद्या तपो वित्तवपूर्वयः कुलैः सतां गुणैः षड्भिरसत्तमेतरैः स्मृतौ हतायां भृतमानदुर्दृशः स्तब्धा न पश्यन्ति हि धाम भूयसाम्। गुणाधिकान् मुदं लिप्सेदनुक्रोशं गुणाधमात् मैत्रीं समानादन्विच्छेन्न तापैरभिभूयते। योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत् अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। भक्तिं मुहुः प्रवहतां त्वयि मे प्रसङ्गो भूयादनन्तमहताम् अमलाशयानाम् येनाञ्जसोल्बणमुरु व्यसनं भवाब्धिं निःशे भवद्गुणकथामृतपानमत्तः। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let us continue our study of Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 3, entitled Talks Between Lord Shiva and Shri Sati Devi. And we are going to start from text 11. त्वयेतदाश्चर्यमजात्ममायया विनिर्मितं भाति गुणत्रयात्मकं तथाप्यहं योषिततत्त्वविच्यते दीनादिदृक्षे भव मे भवक्षितिम्. Shri Sati Devi is telling Lord Shiva, this manifested cosmos is a wonderful creation of the interaction of three modes of material nature or the external energy of the Supreme Lord. This truth is fully known to you, yet I am Dina, I am a poor woman, and as you know, I am a Tattvavit. I am not conversant with the truth. Therefore, I wish to see my birthplace once more. Bhavakshitim, the place of my birth. Didrikshe, I want to see. O Bhava, Bhava means Lord Shiva. O Lord Shiva, I want to see my birthplace. In other words, I want to go to my father's sacrifice program and meet all the relatives and demigoddesses and everyone. Srila Prabhupada explains the word Yoshit means one who is enjoyed. Therefore, woman is called Yoshit. They are enjoyed, and Purush means enjoyer. Man is called Purush. Woman is called Yoshit. In spiritual advancement, association with Yoshit is always restricted. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam fifth canto, Bhagwan Shri Rishabdev Maharaj teaches us that Mahat Seva Dwaram Ahur Vimuktes, whereas Tamo Dwaram Yoshita Sangi Sangam. Those who associate with women, they go to hell. Or those who associate with those who associate with women. Yoshit Sangi also will take us to hell. Therefore, we should always keep good association. Bad association can ruin our life before we even realize it. I was earlier today discussing with one devotee about something that happened very recently. Somebody really beat somebody up very badly because of some personal beef, and that person who was beaten, he died in the hospital. But before dying in the hospital, he gave a death declaration, a dying declaration, and named all the boys who beat him. And all of them are in jail. And every time there is a hearing, the criminal lawyer is charging 1 lakh rupees from the father of the boy who is in jail. And one of the boys was asked to be there just to photograph the beating. His friend said, "Hum marne wale hai, we are going to beat him up, you just come and photograph it." He had nothing to do with it. He was just standing and with a phone, he was filming it. Of course, that is very bad to stand there, but he's also in jail now on murder charges. All together, four boys. And now their parents have to sell their land, they have become bankrupt. All because of friendship with that bad boy. You see, the fighting was between one boy and the other boy, but this boy took three friends with him, now all are in jail. Therefore, it is important to have good friends. We should not make friendship with bad people. We should keep good association. If we have bad friends, they will land us in trouble. Mahat Seva Dwaram Ahur Vimuktes. If we serve the great pure devotees, then the doors of Golok Vrindavan will open. Tamo Dwaram Yoshita Sangi Sangam. And we will go to hell if we associate with sinful people. Associating association with Yoshit means women is always restricted in Vedic culture, because if one is like a play doll in the hands of Yoshit, then all his spiritual advancement is at once stopped. If we are Yoshit Krida Mrig, Krida means play, Mrig means animal. If we are a play animal in the hands of women, then our spiritual life is ruined. We will not be able to make spiritual advancement. 12. Pasya prayantirabhavanyayoshiतोपलङ्कृताकान्त सखा वरुथश यासां व्रजद्भिः शितिकण्ठमण्डितं नभो विमाने कलहं सपाडुभिः. O never born, abhava means one who is not born. O Lord Shiva, abhava, one who is not born, which means you are eternal, you are spiritual. And Shitikantha. Shitikantha means Nilakantha. O one whose neck is blue. Not only my relatives, but also other women dressed in nice clothes. Anya Yoshita means other women. Kanta Sakha, with their husbands and friends, they are coming, and they are all alankrita. They are all nicely dressed. They have nice ornaments, are going there with their husbands and friends. Just see how their flocks of white airplanes have made the entire sky very beautiful. See, they are all going. And Nabho Vimana, in the sky, you will see their aeroplanes. They are all going to my father's house. And Pandu means white. Kalahamsa, their swan-like Viman, their swan-shaped airplanes. They are all going in the sky, and so many of them are going. And see, all their airplanes are white. The whole sky has become white. So many of them are going to my father's house. I am his daughter. Can I not go? Everybody is going. Can I not go? In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, here Lord Shiva is addressed as Abhava, which means one who is never born. Although generally Lord Shiva is known as Bhava, one who is born. Hmm. Rudra, Lord Shiva, is actually born from between the eyes of Lord Brahma, who is called Swayambhu, because he is not born of any human being or material creature, but is born directly from the lotus flower, which grows from the navel of Lord Garbhodakshay Vishnu. When Lord Shiva is addressed here as Abhava, this may be taken to mean one who has never felt material miseries. Shri Sati Devi wanted to impress upon her husband that even those who were not related to her father were also going, to say nothing of herself, who was intimately related with her father Daksha. Lord Shiva is addressed here as Shitikantha, or one whose neck is blue. Lord Shiva drank an ocean of poison and kept it in his throat, not swallowing it and not allowing it to go down into his stomach. Thus his throat became blue and he is called as Neelakantha or Shitikantha. And the reason Lord Shiva drank the ocean of poison, Kalakut poison, was for the benefit of the whole world, to save the world, because the world would have been destroyed by that poison. Others benefit. Paropakarartham idam shariram. The body of a great soul is for paropakar. When the ocean was churned by the demigods and the demons, the churning first produced poison. We'll see that prasanga in our Bhakti Vedanta. Lord Shiva drank it to save the world. Can you give me one more example of someone who says that Paropakarartham idam shariram, the body of a sadhu is meant for other people's benefit? Okay, for all of your benefit, you can have my body. Can you give me that story? Yes, Radha Gopinath Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandapatana. The Dachi Muni, he gave his bones.
Ratichi Muni, yes, he gave his body so that from his bones, Lord Indra could make a Vajra. And that Vajra would be used to kill the so-called enemy of the demigods, Shri Vritrasur Maharaj. Yes, that's a very nice mm, example of how Paropakarartham idam shariram. The body of a saint is meant for the benefit of others. Normally, the mentality is that I want to enjoy with my own body. I want to be selfish. But a sadhu is selfless. That is the difference. And who knows what happened when that same Vajra, the thunderbolt made from the bones of Dadichi Muni, Indra was about to throw on Govardhan during Govardhan Dharan Leela, which is celebrated Govardhan Puja. Indra has that Vajra made from the strong bones. Those bones are not ordinary bones. They are infused with spiritual potency of Dadichi Muni. With his tapasya, with his yogic siddhi, his bones had become very, very strong. Therefore, Lord Vishnu said that make a Vajra weapon, Vajrastra, from the bones, asthi, of the Dadichi. And do you know what happened when Indra picked it up during Govardhan Leela and wanted to hurl it, that thunderbolt, towards Giriraj? Who knows what happened? Indra got the first ever documented case of right hemiparesis. He got paralysis of his right side. He was holding the Vajra in his right hand and was going to hurl it at Govardhan, and his right side became paralyzed. He could not hurl it. Our acharyas have commented like that. Text 13. So here again, Shri Sati Devi is telling her husband, Lord Shiva, that look, relatives are going, friends are going, even people we don't really know are all invited to my father's place. Why I cannot go? Please let me go. I also want to go. You may be Abhava. Bhava means this Bhava Sagar, this material world. Abhava means one who doesn't feel material miseries, material pangs. You may be Abhava, Lord Shiva, but I am not Abhava. I feel material desires. I want to go. So Shri Sati Devi is begging her husband, Lord Shiva, to allow her to go to the yajna, the sacrificial ceremony conducted by her father, even though her father hates Lord Shiva. 13. Katham sutaya pitrageh kautukam nishamya deha suravarya ningate anahuta abhiyanti sauridam Bharturguroordeha kritascha ketanam. O best of the demigods, Suravarya. Shri Sati Devi addresses her husband Lord Shiva as Sura Varya. Varya means the best, and Sura means the Devatas. The demons are called Asur, the demigods are called Sura. Varya means the best. So Sura Varya means the best demigod, Lord Shiva. Haribol. And who is the best devotee? Haridasa Varya, Shri Govardhan. Hmm. Vinam Bhavet Kim Haridasa Varya. So she's saying, oh, best of the demigods, how can the body of a daughter remain undisturbed when she hears that some festive event, some festival is taking place in her father's house? Shri Sati is telling her husband that I am the daughter of Daksha Prajapati, and my father is conducting this big mahotsav, this big celebration. There is this yajna going on. Everybody is invited. So many people are going. All my sisters are going. The relatives are going. Friends are going. How can I be happy not going there? I also want to go and participate in the festivities. Even though you may be considering that I have not been invited, there is no harm if one goes to the house of one's friend, husband, spiritual master, or father without invitation. Anahuta means without being called. Anahuta means not being invited, not being called. Anahuta Ketanam. You can go to the house even when we are uninvited of the following personalities. According to Shastra, according to the holy scriptures. Shri Sati Devi is telling. One, Sauridam, those who are friends. We don't need invitation to go to friend's house. Haribol. Second, Bhartu. Bhartu means our husband. For a woman to go to her husband's house, she doesn't need permission. It's her husband's house. It's her house only. Guru, to go to the house of Guru. We never need invitation to go to Guru. We can go to meet Shri Guru anytime. It is the adhikar, it is the right of the disciple to go to the house of Shri Guru. You don't need invitation. And it is the right of a disciple to wash the lotus feet of Shri Guru. It is the right of the disciple who is surrendered to get the dust of the lotus feet of Shri Guru. When you become a disciple, it becomes your right. Haribol. You don't need invitation to go to the house of Guru. And Deha Krit. Krit means to create. Deha means the body. One who has created your body, your parents or your father. You don't have to go. You don't have to take permission to go to your father's house. So, according to Shastra, one does not need permission to go to the following people's Ketanam. Ketanam or Niketanam means house. One's husband, one's spiritual master, one's father who has created our body, Dehakrit, and one's Sauridam, one's dear friend. We can go to their homes without permission. So Sri Sati is telling her husband, Lord Shiva, that look, my dear husband, I know we have not been invited. I know there is some tension between you and my father, Prajapati Daksha. And therefore we have not been invited, even though others have been invited. But it's okay. We can still go because one doesn't need permission to go to the house of one's father. Text 14. Tanme prasidedamamartyavachitam. Beg your pardon. Tanme prasidedamamartyavanchitam kartum bhavan karuniko batarhati त्वयात्मनो हृदे हमदभ्रचक्षुषा निरूपिता मानुग्रहाण याचितः. Hare Krishna. O immortal Lord Shiva, Shri Sati Devi is telling her husband, Amartya, your Amartya means to die. Amartya means one who doesn't die. O immortal Lord Shiva, please be kind toward me. Now she's begging him that please, anugrahan, please show some anugraha, please show some kindness, some mercy to me. I really want to go. Don't say no. Give me permission and fulfill my desire. Please, I'm requesting you. I really want to go. I really have a strong desire to go. Yachita, I'm requesting you. Please let me go. Yachana means to request, beg. Please fulfill my request, fulfill my desire. You have accepted me as half of your body. This is very, very important. त्वया आत्मना अर्धे अहम. Tvaya atmana means your body. Ardhe means half. Aham. I am your half body. A wife is accepted as one's half body. Ardhangini. A wife is called Ardhangini. Ardha means half. Anga means body. Wife is called Ardhangini. When you introduce, you say, "This is my Ardhangini" or "This is my Dharma Patni." So, wife is called Ardhangini because in Vedic culture, the wife is given so much love, so much protection. There is such atmiyata, there is so much intimacy with one's wife that the wife is called half one's body, which means just the way we care for our own body, we care for our wife. A wife is half one's body. After marriage, the husband becomes half, and the other half is the wife. She's called the better half. The fair sex is called better half because they have better qualities. They are chaste, they are shy, they have a service attitude, so they are called better half. This is my better half. So our culture, Vedic culture, is very beautiful. Ardhangini. So Shri Sati is saying, I am half your body. Prasida, please be kind to me. Please be kind to me and fulfill. Come on. We take care of our body so nicely. If there is pain or anything in the body, you take care of it. I am your body. I am half your body. Please don't neglect me. Please don't say no. Please fulfill my request. I really want to go to my father's place. So she's petitioning her husband in so many ways. Vanchitham. It is my vancha. It is my desire to go to my father's place. So after Sri Sati Devi says all this, then Sri Maitreya Muni is continuing this narration to Mahatma Vidurji. Text 15. Rishi Ruvacha, Rishi means Sri Maitreya Rishi. Evam Giritraha Priyayabhibhashitaha Pratyabhyadhatta Prahasan Surit Priyaha Samsmarito Marmabhidak Kuvagishun Yanaha Vishwasrijam Samakshitaha. The great sage Sri Maitreya Muni said to Sri Mahatma Vidurji, Lord Shiva, the deliverer of the hill Kailash. Giritraha. Giri means the mountain Kailash, and Tra means Trayate, to save. The deliverer. And who can raise your hand and tell me, when did Lord Shiva save Kailash? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yes, Vanit Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। प्रभु जी, आई रिमेम्बर जब रावण
Mhm. Yes, very beautiful. Ravan had come and Dashanan wanted to pick up Kailash and take it to Lanka. This is a nice mountain. Let me take it to Lanka. Or he even thought, I am going further north and this mountain is creating obstacle for me. Utha ke phek do. Pick it up and throw it away. Move it aside. So he wanted to pick it up. And Lord Shiva, he was very tolerant, but his dhira. But Sri Parvati Devi, his consort, she felt disturbed. So with the tip of the toe, he pressed, and Dashanan's all his 20 arms got crushed under Mount Kailash, and he started crying, "Ah, help, help, ah!" And then his name became Ravan, one who cries, and one who makes others cry also is Ravan. So, like that. And then there must be other occasions also, because this particular incident happened before Ravan and Ram Leela. So, he lives on Kailash, Lord Shiva, that is his abode, and therefore he is the the Lord, the Master, the Savior, the Protector of Sri Kailash Giri, the mountain, holy mountain called Sri Kailash Parvat. He is Giritra. And Sri Maitreya Muni is saying, Lord Shiva, Giritra, the deliverer of the hill Kailash, having thus been addressed by his dear wife, Priyaya, Priyaya means his dear wife, replied smilingly, Prahasan. Prahasan. Hasan means to smile. Prahasan. Prakrishta Rupena, very nicely, fully he smiled, Lord Shiva. He was not angry at the request of his wife. He was not upset with her. How can you ask? You want to go to your, don't you know your father has insulted me so badly? Don't you know I have enmity with your husband? How can you make such a request? You are not chaste to me. You don't think about my emotions. A lesser husband would have taken offense. But Lord Shiva is not like that. Lord Shiva is very understanding, very empathetic, and he understood the position of his wife. So he smiled very mercifully. And although at the same time he remembered samsmarita, he remembered marma bheda. Lord Shiva remembered how Daksha, the father of his wife, how Prajapati Daksha had been so malicious. His behavior had pierced the heart of Lord Shiva. The harsh words of Daksha had caused so much heartache to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva remembered all this. And it was done not in private, but Daksha had humiliated, insulted, ridiculed, blasphemed Lord Shiva in front of all the great leaders of the universe. And Lord Shiva remembered this. Samsmaritaha. He remembered how Daksha had insulted him, blasphemed him, ridiculed him. But still, Lord Shiva remained very peaceful when his wife made the request, the petition that please allow me to go to my father's house for this great festival. And then he addressed his dear wife, Priyaya, his dear wife. Abhibhashitaha. He, after being spoken to like this by his wife, Lord Shiva heard her, smiled at her, and is now going to speak to her. Aha means he spoke to her. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, when Lord Shiva heard from his wife, Sri Sati Devi, about Daksha, the psychological effect was that he immediately remembered the strong words spoken against him by Daksha in the assembly of all the guardians of the universe. And remembering those malicious words, he was sorry at heart. Sorry at heart. Marma bheda. Marma means the heart, and bheda means injury. That insult of Prajapati Daksha that was meted out to the greatest Vaishnava, Lord Shiva, it did cause pain to the heart of Lord Shiva. This tells us, my dear friends, that we are all human. We are all sentient beings. We are all having a heart and we have emotions, and it's okay to feel sad. Today, I was talking to someone who was crying because she was ill treated by her friends. Friends were spreading rumors about her and backbiting, bad mouthing. And she came to know, and some of the friends believed those bad things that were being spread about her, and she felt really sad. She was just crying. And I spent some time with her and tried my best to console. Can devotees cry because people are talking ill about them? So are we not supposed to be taroriva shahishnu? Are we not supposed to be tolerant like a tree? A tree doesn't cry when you hurl insults at a tree. We are supposed to be like a tree, Mahaprabhu says. We have to be more tolerant than a tree. No complaining, no demands. Tolerant like a tree means to not retaliate. But even a tree feels bad, my dear friends. There has been a scientific study where there are two sets of plants. One set of plants are exposed to Vedic mantras and nice music, and the other set of plants are insulted, ridiculed, blasphemed, screamed at. And scientifically, the study showed that the plants who are treated nicely, they have better growth. So plants also can feel the negative vibrations. Plants also can feel hurt. So a devotee is tolerant like a tree, or it's supposed to be tolerant like a tree, or aspires to be tolerant like a tree, but that doesn't mean the devotee doesn't feel hurt. The devotee doesn't feel sad. What to speak of devotees? Even the master of the devotees, Lord Krishna, feels sad when he is blasphemed. Can you give me one example? We saw it in third canto. And Shama Kishori Mataji was ready for it. Even before I could finish the sentence, her blessed hand was raised. Yes,
Hare
Shama Kishori
Krishna,
Mataji,
Shri
Hare Krishna.
Dandat Pranam. Lord Varahadev felt very sorry when he was insulted by Hiranyaksha.
Amphibious beast. He was criticized by Hiranyaksha. And seeing that his own devotee was insulting him like this, he felt very hurt. Rasraj Gopal Prabhu and Parima Mataji have another example of how even Krishna feels heartbroken when insulted.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. During the time of Syamantak Mani Prabhuji, when there was a false allegation on Krishna that he has stolen the Syamantak Mani.
Yes, being a Gujarati, you had to tell some pastime from your Gujarat. Good, good. That's a very good example. Thank you. Okay. Nandini, please don't be angry. I love Gujaratis, and especially I love Gujarati cuisine. Hari bol. So, we have to practice tolerance, but that doesn't mean that we become like dry, dead wood. We have emotions, and it's okay to feel sad, it's okay to feel hurt. But a devotee wipes the tears and takes shelter of Krishna. So, this devotee who um, was feeling heartbroken today, at the end of our conversation, she said that it's okay. At least I have my devotee friends. Hare Krishna. Because this was happening in a non devotional circle. So she said, at least I have my devotee friends, so it's okay. I can live with this. You know, when we were in school, I don't remember which grade it was, but we had a very poignant lesson um, in English. I think it was, we had a extra English textbook in addition to the Maharashtra board called Gulmohar. Anyone of you from Maharashtra who had Gulmohar English textbook? Shama Kishore, you had Gulmohar? No? You had? No, you don't remember. You are too much into math. Yes, Devanand Krishna Prabhu, you had Gulmohar?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, we had.
You had.
Yes.
Kamala Radhika Mataji had. Yes. So somewhere we had in that one boy was going and he walks. I have told the story many times because it's very close to my heart. But please listen to it again. This boy was walking in front of a goldsmith shop, workshop, and then he was walking in front of a blacksmith's shop, workshop. And then he came home and asked his mother. That mother, when I was in front of the goldsmith's workshop, I could hardly hear any noise, just some tuck, 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 like that. Oh, but when I went in front of the blacksmith's workshop, ah, 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 those loud banging, clanging sound coming from there. Why is it so, mother? Why the goldsmith doesn't make much noise, but the blacksmith makes a lot of noise? And the mother gave a very poignant reply, which has stayed with me. The mom said that, my child, when someone who does not have a relationship with us, someone who does not have a bond of affection and love with us, beats us, then we don't feel so bad because इनका तो काम ही ये है. This is what they are supposed to do. They are meant to hurt and act selfishly and insensitively. It's how they are expected to behave. So we don't feel so bad. It's expected. That's the goldsmith shop because there a metal, a iron hammer is hitting gold. So gold is one family, iron is another family. So when someone outside comes and hits us, it's expected. What else can they do? So iron hits gold, it doesn't make so much noise. But when you go to a blacksmith's workshop, there the iron hammer is hammering the iron block. You're hammering iron with iron. And the mother said, my child, when our own people beat us, when our own people stab us, when our own people betray us, it really hurts. And therefore it makes louder sound. Ah, ah. So I like that very much. So this devotee told me today, who was crying, that at least I have my devotee friends. My devotee friends are nice. These outsiders, non-devotees, they behave so viciously, so unfairly, and I can tolerate that. It's expected. But at least I have my devotee friends. So when we are in our devotee circle, my dear friends, we should remember that it is possible some of our devotee brothers and sisters, they may be going through, we don't know what they're going through. Correct? They might have gone through a very stressful situation at school, at work, or otherwise in their homes. We don't know. So we should try our best to treat each other with patience, kindness, empathy, sensitivity, and more than anything else, with love. That is our sacred service to Shri Krishna. Today, when I was doing Puja Seva, one devotee called me. And I was thinking, should I take the call? Should I not take the call? I'm massaging my Shaligram Bhagwan. And I had my headphones on, and Maharaj's lecture was going on. His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj. And I was doing puja, and this phone came. So the phone comes and it announces, such and such person is calling. Would you like to answer it? And if I say yes, then it will automatically answer the call. And I was in my mind, it was ringing. I was in the middle of puja, and should I take or not? And I said, answer it. And I spoke, and it became a 10-12 minute conversation with this devotee. And then I ended the call, and while the call was going on, I was thinking, did I do the right thing? I'm supposed to do puja, one should not. It is a seva aprad to break silence while worshipping the deity, according to Srila Rupa Goswami's Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. It's a seva aprad to break one's vow of silence while serving the deities. One is supposed to be quiet. So I was talking and listening while doing puja, and because I had a class at 11 o'clock, Bhakti Sangha Japa group. So I wanted to do the puja seva before that, obviously. And then this devotee also was calling, so I didn't know what to do. So I just took the call, and I ended up speaking around 10 minutes with this devotee. And throughout the conversation, back of my mind, I was thinking, did I do the right thing by answering this call? Maybe I should have not taken the call and tried to connect with this devotee later on. Anyway, the conversation ended, and as soon as I ended the conversation, then automatically the YouTube lecture resumes. It starts playing. And as soon as I ended the conversation, Maharaj's lecture started again. And the first thing Maharaj said, this is the Kartik lecture in Sri Vrindavan Dham just now, a few days ago. I think it was lecture 5 or something. And Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj said, more important than worship of the devotee, beg your pardon, more important than worship of Sri Krishna is to take care of his devotees. And I felt so happy that this is confirmation that what I did was pleasing to my beloved Guru Maharaj. I don't know if that thought is correct or not, but I felt like that because this devotee was in distress, had some burning question. That's why they called. But anyway, so I felt like that. So when we meet devotees, for me, when I had this interaction with this other devotee later on in the day, I thought that my conclusion from this is that we never know what devotees are going through in their personal lives. Therefore, we should treat everyone with kindness, devotees, non-devotees, colleagues, neighbors, everyone with kindness. But Especially because we are in a society of devotees, we should be very sensitive when we deal with devotees, and we never know. Someone may be having a very bad day. So we should try to, as far as possible, ameliorate their sufferings with our kindness. Hare Krishna. Then Krishna will be pleased with us. So here, Lord Shiva immediately remembered the harsh words of Daksha, and it had a psychological effect on him. He felt sorry at heart. But still, to please his wife, Lord Shiva smiled. I hope all of you are able to appreciate the psychology of Bhagavatam that is being described here. Lord Shiva has his own pains. He has his own pain in the heart that Daksha really treated me so bad, cursed me, banished me from all sacrifices. I will never get a share in the sacrifices ever again because Daksha spoke that curse. And here is my Ardhangini, half my body, wanting to go there. It feels like the ultimate betrayal. Your wife wants to go and participate in the festivities of your enemy, of someone who hates you, someone who has cursed you. And Lord Shiva, Bhagavatam explains, and Srila Prabhupada in the purport is explaining that Lord Shiva did feel heartbroken. It did pierce his heart. But still, knowing that his wife was very attached to her father and his wife really, really, really wanted to go there to her father's festivities, Lord Shiva smiled. He controlled his own emotions, he controlled his own pain and smiled at his wife, Prahasan. He smiled at his wife. That shows the high caliber of the pristine character and fortitude of Lord Shiva. He's amazing, really amazing. This is Taroriva Sahishnu. You throw a stone at a tree and the tree drops a mango fruit for you in return. That is Lord Shiva. He smiled at his wife. To please his wife, he smiled. In Sri Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada continues, it is said that a liberated person is always in mental equilibrium in both distress and happiness in this material world. Please tell me the verse. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Keshava Madhava.
शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखद
Huh?
शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखद आगमः
Yes. Or Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma.
ब्रह्मभूत
Shochati na Kankshati. Samasarva. Yes, very nice. Thank you. Therefore, the question may now be raised why a liberated personality like Lord Shiva was so unhappy because of the harsh words of Prajapati Daksha. Wait a second. Brahmabhuta Prasannatma na shochati na kankshati. Samaha sarveshu bhiteshu. That is the nature of a liberated person. Why Lord Shiva is feeling a pain in his heart? Why Marma Bhida? Why his heart was broken? Remembering the harsh words of Daksha Prajapati. Isn't supposed to be Tam Dikshasva Bharata? Matra Sparshasnu Kaunte Shita Ushna Sukha Dukkhada. Are you not supposed to be tolerant? Why is he feeling like that? The answer is given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Maharaj. Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada says, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his Saratha Darshini Tika has answered, Lord Shiva is Atmaram, or situated in complete self-realization. But because he is the incarnation in charge of Tamogun, mode of ignorance, he is sometimes affected by the pleasure and pain of the world. Because if Lord Shiva does not exhibit being affected by the modes of material nature, uh, by the emotions of this material world, then we will not be able to relate to him. Then we'll say, okay, why am I reading all this in Srimad Bhagavatam? After all, this is Lord Shiva. He is so great. What can I learn from him? I cannot even relate to him. He's on a whole different level. We will say like that. And therefore, Lord Shiva is taking the position of an ordinary person and feeling and experiencing the emotions that you and I experience. And by his personal example, teaching us how we are to deal with those emotions. Isn't that beautiful? Very well. The difference between the pleasure and pain of this material world and that of the spiritual world is that in the spiritual world, the effect is qualitatively absolute. Yes, in the spiritual world, when there is pleasure or pain, when there is union or separation, it is all absolute. It's all in relationship to Krishna. It's only meant to facilitate our loving relationship, rasa, with Shri Krishna. But in the material world, our tears and our pleasures are based on sense gratification. When our sense gratification is interfered with, we cry. When our sense gratification is facilitated, we are happy. Whereas in the spiritual world, happiness and distress, smiles and tears, both are in relationship to Shri Krishna. So both are spiritual. Absolute. When Shri Krishna was playing in so many ways, sometimes it appeared that he caused distress to the gopis when he disappeared from the Ras Leela, for example. But actually, such dealings are full of transcendental bliss. Haribol. They are full of transcendental bliss. Therefore, because Lord Shiva, although a fully self-realized person, was in charge of the material mode of ignorance, he felt sorrow. So it's okay to feel sorrow. Lord Shiva is teaching us. Even I feel sorrow. Lord Shiva is telling us. But then Lord Shiva is showing us how to deal with it, how to behave, how to go through such experiences with complete faithfulness to the eternal principles of Bhagavad Dharma. That is what Lord Shiva is teaching us. And therefore, he's called Bhagwan. Hare Krishna. Yes, Satyarmadaji, you want to say something? In the
Hare
middle of
Krishna.
class, you want to interfere, you want to interrupt. What you're saying is, I'm just teasing you. Please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, you just mentioned that in the spiritual world, happiness and distress is connected to Krishna. How, Prabhuji? Only happiness should be connected, no? How distress also? In spiritual world, there should not be any distress, right?
The gopis are crying in separation from Krishna. They're crying in distress. Today only we were reading Gopi Gita. Gopi Gita is full of crying. But that crying is for Krishna. Krishna Darshana Lalasa. So that crying brings us closer to Krishna. That crying increases our longing for Sri Krishna. And therefore it is spiritual. Therefore it is in the transcendental Vishuddha Sattva mode. It's not in the modes of material nature. Because it is born out of love for Krishna. All those emotions. Is that okay? Haribol. 16. So Lord Shiva is called Bhagavan here. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Tvayoditam Shobhanameva Shobhane Anahuta Apyabhiyanti Bandhushu Teyadyanutta Padita Dosha Drishtayo Baliyasanatmyamadena Manyuna. Lord Shiva is speaking to his Ardhangini, his beloved wife, Shri Sati Devi. The great Lord, Bhagavan Shankar, replied, My dear, beautiful wife, Shobhane. Shobhane means, my dear wife, you're so beautiful, my dear, beautiful wife. You have said that one may go to a friend's house without being invited. Anahuta means without being invited. Abhiyanti, one can go. Bandhushu, to the homes of Bandhu, friends. You said so. And this is true. This is true. Shobhanam, what you have said is true. It is true that we can go to the homes of our dear friends without being invited also. It is true. What you have said is true. So first Lord Shiva is opening his speech by doing Anumodan. Anumodan means you are appreciating and you are in a very congratulatory, in a very agreeable tone. You are appreciating the words of the person with whom you are having a conversation. That's called Anumodanam. What you are saying is true. However, Lord Shiva puts a condition there. It is true with a caveat. Provided such a friend does not find fault with the guest, means with us. Yes, I can go to the friend's house. I can go to a friend's house without invitation. True. Provided that friend is not a fault finder in me. Provided that friend doesn't blaspheme and criticize me. Provided such a friend does not find fault. Anutpadita dosha drishtaya. Utpad means, anutpad means not born, and anutpadita dosha drishtaya. Dosha drishti means fault finding vision. Drishti means vision, dosh means fault. If the friend to whose house you are going uninvited, if that friend does not see faults in you, doesn't do dosh darshan, dosh kirtan, doesn't see faults in you, find faults in you, speak about your faults, then yes, you may go to such a friend's house without being invited also. But if such a friend is finding faults, dosha drishtaya, and that also, those faults that your friend is finding in you are based on bodily identification. Bodily identification. And thereby become angry towards him. Your friend likes to find faults based on bodily identification and get angry at you. Then to such a friend's house, one may not go. Even though it is true that one may go to a friend's house without invitation, but when such a friend is on the bodily platform of consciousness, finding faults with you, getting angry with you, then you should not go to such a person's house. That bodily concept is very important. Anatmya madena. Mad means pride. Madness caused by pride. Out of pride, arrogance, on a bodily concept of life. What did Daksha say to Lord Shiva? His eyes are like a monkey. He doesn't take a bath regularly. He doesn't deserve a beautiful wife like my daughter, whose eyes are like a doe. My doe-eyed daughter. Oh, she could have found a much better husband than this Rudra. Like that. His criticism, blasphemy of Lord Shiva was based on complete material considerations. Again, it's an important lesson for us that we should not mock or ridicule people based on their bodily limitations, based on their physical handicaps that they may have. Lord Shiva, in the purport Srila Prabhupada said, could foresee that as soon as Sati reached her father's house, her father Daksha, being too puffed up because of bodily identification, would be angry at her. This was Lord Shiva's concern. My wife really wants to go to her father's house, but she doesn't realize as soon as she goes to the father's house, father is going to be angry with her. Father is going to ill-treat her because the father simply detests me. He hates me. And he is going to see my wife as half my body, Ardhangini. We already established that. And based on that bodily identification, based on his envy towards me, he is going to take it out on my wife, on his own daughter. He's going to take it out. Lord Shiva could see that. But Shri Sati Devi was so enamored, so possessed with the thought of going for that festive occasion, dressing up nicely, and forgive me for saying, but showing off her opulence when others were showing off their opulence, that she could not realize that she was getting into a very bad situation, which is totally avoidable. One should have some self-respect and not go to a place where one is not welcome. When there is a relationship of love with a friend, with a family member, father, spiritual master, yes, one can go without being invited. But not to somebody's house who is dosha drishtayo and manyuna. Manyu means angry. One who becomes angry at us and one who sees faults in us. To such a person's house, one should not go without invitation. Lord Shiva could see that, but Sati could not see because Sati was overcome by material desires. Yesterday in Bhakti Shastri, what did we discuss? Which verse did we discuss? Dhyayato Vishaya Pumsam Sangashteshu Pachayate Sangas Sanjayate Kama Kamat Krodha Vijay. She's on the state of calm. She has this strong desire now. due to attachment to go there. Kamat krodho vijayate krodhat bhavati sammohan. Sammohan smriti vibhrama, smriti bhramashat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. Then we fall down because of losing our good sense due to material desires. Lord Shiva warned that since her father was too puffed up by his material possessions, he would be angry and this would be intolerable to Sati. Therefore, it was better that she not go. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here because it is 9:30. I know its progress is a little slow, but this is a very, very instructive section of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we'll pause here and take some questions. Yes. Kantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, Shama Kishori Mataji, and then Keshav Madhav Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam. Thank you very much for the very nice class. Prabhuji, I have two questions. In
Yes.
verse 15, it is mentioned that, Lord Shiva was was in charge of the mode of ignorance, and that's why he felt affected by pleasure and pain. But in the case of Varahadev, we see that mode of ignorance or anything like that is not mentioned. There it is said that he's just a sentient being, and being that way, he feels pleasure and pain. So why this difference? And why attribute the mode of ignorance to Lord Shiva if he is feeling pain?
Yes. Srila Vishwanath Chakra Thakur says that Lord Shiva is the Guna avatar in charge of Tamogun, mode of ignorance. And therefore, by constantly associating with Tamogun, he did feel some sorrow at heart. It is the glory of Lord Shiva that he, even though beyond the modes of material nature, see, anybody who is engaging in Krishna Bhakti very uninterruptedly and very sincerely is beyond the modes of material nature. Mam chayo vibhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatitayetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Lord Krishna says, anybody who is performing a vyabhichari bhakti and serving me, bhakti yogena sevate, sagunan samati, it goes beyond the gunas. So Lord Shiva is the greatest Vaishnava. He is the gold standard Vaishnava. Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu. So he's certainly beyond the modes of material nature. It's Lord Shiva's mercy that he's taking that role of Guna Avatar and showing us how one can get affected by the modes, even in relationship to Mohini Murti. Lord Shiva is teaching us that, listen, look at my example. If I can get into trouble, you better be careful of lusty desires. If I can get in trouble by associating with someone like Vrikasur, you better be careful. Lord Vishnu came as a brahmachari boy to save me. You may not be so lucky. Better you don't associate with such people as Vrikasurs. So Lord Shiva goes through all these different, he enacts these pastimes only to instruct us. He's Bhutanath. He's instructing all of us. So we should look at it like that. Whereas Lord Vishnu as Varahadev, Shri Varahadev feeling pain in his heart, is simply to see the degraded situation of his Nitya Siddha devotee. How someone who loves him, someone who has been serving him since time immemorial is now hurling abuses at him and not able to even recognize his Lord. Seeing that deplorable condition of Hiranyaksha, Lord Varahadev, who is the eternal master of Hiranyaksha, felt pain. So we should take it in that sense. Lord Shiva is showing anger, is showing some effect on himself of the mode of ignorance out of his mercy for us, so that we can relate to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva can show us the path by being an example. And Lord Varahadev, his exhibition of feeling hurt and pain is also a symptom of his mercy, because Lord Varahadev doesn't want us to become like Hiranyaksha. And if we become like Hiranyaksha, then we will give pain to the Lord, whereas the nature of devotee is to give pleasure to the Lord. Samsiddhim Hari Toshanam. So we can see it in that way. It's both are mercy in different ways. Lord Shiva by being example, and Lord Varahadev by showing how much he loves us, that when we misbehave, he feels bad. Okay, what has happened to my devotee? See how he's talking. They are supposed to offer stuti. Instead of stuti, he's doing ninda. Like that. It's okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. So Lord Shiva is actually not affected, but it's just to show us and
Just to
teach
show
us.
us. That's a role that Lord Shiva, in his Swarup, he is Gopishwar Mahadev. He's busy making arrangements for Ras Leela of Radha Krishna. That's who Lord Shiva is in his Swarup. Gopishwar Mahadev is chanting Muninda Vrindavandite Triloka Shoka Harini. That is Lord Shiva. But in this material world, he takes a material designation, a position. Like today in the Bhakti Center, we were reading that verse by Shripad Madhvacharya, that the Suras, the demigods, Devas, are more dear to Shri Krishna than the Rishis because the Devatas take on very important responsible roles in the management of this material world. Lord Shiva has taken that service, and as part of the service, sometimes he shows the effects of the modes of material nature by his own example. But that's his glory. He is
Thank you.
beyond all
Thank
this.
you. May I ask a quick second question, Prabhu?
Yes,
Or-
yes, yes.
So, Prabhuji, you very nicely mentioned that, Indra could not throw that Vajra. He had right hand paralysis, whatever the
Right
technical term,
hemiparesis.
hemiparalysis. So, was that because Lord Krishna didn't want him to throw it?
It
Like,
will come
what's
in
the
Bhakti
background?
Vaibhava exam. The difference between right hemiparesis and right hemiplegia and
When are we having the exam,
paraplegia.
Prabhu? I think we are
Mataji,
forgetting
you
everything.
have to set the question paper. I was going to tell you, I forgot. You have to set the
For me,
last time Satyaru Mataji, yes. Last time Satyaru Mataji set the question paper because I trust all of you. You can set the paper and you can give the exam also. Like Mahaprabhu is sometimes Bhagavad Roop and sometimes Bhakta Roop. You can do both. You can set the question paper and you can become student also. So you play both the roles. You prepare the question paper, put it on the group, and you can show it to me once before you post, and then devotees can take it in the next anytime in the next 1 month. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Karthik special discount to all of you. Special concession. No coming on Zoom, no 1.5 hour limit. Just take it at your own convenience. I trust all of you because now we have very few Bhakti Vaibhav students. Many students have, have left. So I think the limit that ISKCON Board of Education had put on us was 8 students. So as long as we are 8 students, we are alive. But when we have less than 8 students, then all of you have to join Gaurang Darshan Prabhu's online, uh, which will be good for you, all of you. But anyway, can you raise your hands? How many of you are still officially enrolled in Bhakti Vaibhav? 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And Radha Gopinath Prabhu is 10. He's raising his hand. So we are okay. We have 10, na? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10. So and then Meenakshi Vraj Mataji, 11. Huh? 11. We are
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, many are in Kartik Yatra, Prabhuji, so they are also there.
okay. Yeah, no problem. No, but many have left also, Mataji. They messaged me that they will not be able to continue. So, um, yeah, I think we are 11, so we are good. Hari Bol. We can
So,
continue.
Prabhuji, the answer to this question, was it Lord Krishna that who caused this? Why he couldn't throw Indra?
Yeah, it is Krishna's Leela Shakti. That's such
He
a
didn't want him to throw.
he didn't want him to throw. So
Okay.
he became paralyzed and all his attempts were futile. Krishna was basically humbling Lord Indra in every way. One way which I like to tell, I always quote this, is when Krishna jumped in Kaliyadaha, in Kaliya's lake, Krishna tightened his kamarpatta. He tightened his belt. dhoti before jumping into the lake of Kalia. But for Indra, Krishna did not even tighten his belt. He just went and picked up Govardhan with the pinky of his left hand, like that. To show Indra ki to fight you, I don't even need to tighten my belt. It takes no effort for me to defeat you, like that. So Krishna, in many ways, he was just humbling Indra. And not a blade of grass moved from Govardhan. What is this? Little some damage could have been shown that his Vajras are acting, his Samvarta clouds are able to do so. Nothing worked. Because Sudarshan Chakra was there. He had paralysis when he tried to attack Krishna. Basically, everything was going against Indra that day. He was having a bad day. He needed empathy, which which Brihaspati Maharaj gave him. When Indra went to Brihaspati Maharaj and said, Maharaj, Gurudev, I messed up. What did you do? I offended. Okay, no problem. We can deal with this. Who did you offend? Shri Krishna. Are you kidding me? दूसरा कोई मिला नहीं क्या ऑफेंड करने को जाओ I cannot do anything. Go to Brahma ji. Indra goes to Lord Brahma. Pitamaha Brahma ji, please help me, save me. What happened? I committed an aparadh. कोई बात नहीं. We can deal with it. I am the grandfather of this universe. I can talk. I can put in a word for you, but I can create a compromise. But किसको किया ऑफेंड? भगवान श्री कृष्ण. Are you kidding me? दूसरा कोई मिला नहीं क्या? Don't you know? Just recently, 2 साल पहले, I did the same mistake, Baba. I also went and I stole his cows, his friends, and do you know how much I had to cry and how much I had to repent? Mayapur गया था. You know that story, Mataji. We discussed in New Jersey. अभी मायापुर से आ रहा हूँ. तो क्या? दूसरा कोई मिला नहीं क्या? What you? Indra, I cannot help you, Baba. I cannot help you. You do one thing. I know Krishna is Govinda. He gives pleasure to the cows. You go to the Golok planet, take Mother Surabhi. All the cows of Krishna are daughters and children of Surabhi cow. Take Mother Surabhi. Mother Surabhi ko aage karo, and you cry. And if Surabhi petitions for you, then you have some hope. Go like that. So
Very well.
it's Krishna's Leela Shakti. Hari Bol.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for reminding me of Shri Govardhan Leela. Shri Indra Dev ki jai. Indra is very great. He's Maharaj Pratap Rudra in Gaur Leela. Can you imagine Haridas Thakur and Maharaj Pratap Rudra must be seeing each other? They must be winking at each other. याद है क्या? क्या हुआ था? अपर युग में. Hari Bol. Krishna Leela is amazing. Jai Ho. Gaur Leela is even more amazing. Hari Bol. So who is the next? I think Saroj Nandini Mataji can never have questions. It's not possible. She has answers to all questions. Whenever I forget verses, I go to her. So I think her hand is just to bless.
Hare Krishna,
Hari Bol.
Prabhu Dandayat Pranam. I'm sorry, I was raising my hands to
Yes,
show
I
that
know.
I'm still.
Yes. Yes. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Yes,
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yes, Satyarva Mataji. And then Kesha Madhav Prabhu. And then
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol after that. Yes, Satyarva Mataji.
Prabhuji, last time I did not set the question paper. It was Shyamchandra Prabhu who set it.
Oh, but now Prabhuji is not there. He said he is not able to continue. So, yeah. So now, so you have never set paper? No?
If I say no, you will give me next module.
You are the mother Surabhi of this group. So this time,
But
let
you had
Shama.
mentioned for Mukta Sangha Prabhuji for this module. You said Mukta Sangha Prabhu will set for next module.
Muktasamuru, where is he? He is not there. I don't see him. Normally he's sitting in his simhasan like that, his throne. But he's there. He's there. He has not left yet. So Muktasanga Prabhu is there. So we have 12 devotees. So let's do this. This time Shama Kishori Mataji can set. Next time Muktasanga Prabhu, then you can set like that. This time even I have to take the exam. So I am not setting the paper. Yeah, I have to take also once in a while some exams. I don't have to take all the exams, but some exams even I have to take. So this time I'm thinking I'll take. I have not taken a single exam yet. So now I have to take the exam this time. So Mataji, you said Shama Kishori Mataji, okay? Hari Bol.
We all are so fortunate, Prabhuji, to write exam along with you. You're our teacher on this.
It's my good fortune. By reading all your answers, then I learned so much. I have learned so much. So thank you. Terrible. Okay, last question, Keshav
Prabhuji,
Madhav.
one question I had.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, in verse number 12, it is mentioned that Lord Shiva drank poison and he is called as Shitikanta or Nilakanta. So this shows that Samudra Manthan Leela happened even before this? Or
So these pastimes, it can be Kalpa Bhed also, because Lord Shiva has drunk poison so many times. So many Kalpas, it must have happened. So one of his eternal names we can say is Nilakantha or Kalakantha or Kshitikantha. So I don't know. Maybe it happened before this. Daksha Yajna. Looks like this is very much in the beginning of creation. Maybe before the Sagar Manthan Lila also. I don't know. But Sagar Manthan Lila could have happened in another Kalpa. So his name is already. But the fact that he's called Kshitikantha, then that means that Leela must have happened before, either in this Kalpa or previous Kalpa, this Manvantar or previous Manvantar, like that. So Bhagavatam is not necessarily chronological. So we don't know. But yeah, it is the eternal name of Lord Shiva and must have happened before in another Yuga, another Manvantar or another Kalpa. We don't know. Like that. I don't know. But definitely before, yeah.
thank you.
Keshav, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. I actually had the exact same question as Shama Kishori Mataji, but thankfully you all answered that. I'm very grateful to you for that,
She had two
Prabhuji.
questions. Which one was yours?
First one
First one, okay.
about Varahadev as well as
They feeling
Lord Shiva.
bad.
Yes. Second, I also had another question. So, is it possible that Mother Sati may not have known at all about the entire episode, what happened in between Daksha Prajapati and Lord Shiva in that arena?
No, Prabhuji, because it was very well known. That incident happened in front of everybody, and it was. I cannot imagine that Sri Sati Devi was not privy to it. I think everybody knew it. It happened openly, and that is why she is petitioning so much. That is why she is saying that even though we have not been invited, we should still go. So she knows that there is some bad blood between them. Hare Krishna.
But isn't it very difficult to forget the episode that has just happened a little while ago?
That
And
is the nature of material attachments, Prabhuji. When you're attached to somebody, you're attached to something,
we forget.
you even lose your self-esteem. Or because Sati was not insulted yet, only her husband was insulted, and you say that, okay, but at least he's nice to me. My father is nice to me at least. Let me go. That also can come. But then this prasanga, this episode from Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us about faithfulness and loyalty. Teaches about loyalty. Shri Raghunath Das Goswami throwing his leaf cup because it is from Chandravali's Sakhi Sthali. Nahi chahiye. That is the only little butter that he will get in the whole day. But nahi, I belong to Radharani. Rasna katao jo anratao. Let the tongue fall off, which doesn't chant Radha, Radha. That is Nishtha. This chapter teaches us about Nishtha, that no, my Ishtha has been insulted by this Daksha. He may be the father of this body. I will not go. I will never go to a place where my devotee was insulted. And Krishna teaches it with his own example. How much Duryodhan came, Dushasan came, Karna came with aarti plates when Krishna came to Hastinapura. Aao, padharo, swagatam, suswagatam, chappan bhog is ready. Royal cooks have prepared for you. Dhritarashtra Maharaj is waiting. He will not eat unless you come. Come on, Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna says, one accepts meal only under two conditions. Either when there is love or when there is emergency. तेरे पास प्रेम नहीं, मुझ पर विपत्ति नहीं. You don't have love for me, and I'm never in an emergency situation, so don't worry. I'm not going to come and accept your lunch. Chappan bhog rakh tere paas. And then in the Kuru Sabha, Lord Krishna declares, the friend of Arjun are my friends, the enemies of Arjun are my enemies. Hare Krishna.
Hari Hari.
He declares it. That is faithfulness, that is loyalty. So from this prasanga we learn that we must be loyal to our Ishtadev. Haribol. Thank you. I think last question Shanta Radhika Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mataji, आपको कुछ कहना है?
यस प्रभु जी, मैं हरे कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी। वो शांत, वो कमल गोपिका माता जी, राधा नाम प्रभु और भक्ति माता जी, वो तीनों भी भक्ति वैभव दे रही हैं।
Yes, yes, बिल्कुल वो है. I know.
तो वी आर 14।
We are 14. Haribol. In the 14 planetary systems, my greatest fortune to serve all of you. Haribol. Thank you. So we'll stop
थैंक
here.
यू।
Keshavada Prabhu, you want to say something?
I just wanted to ask Prabhuji, I am yet not registered. Can I register now and
Yes.
join
Now
Bhakti Shastra?
we have many vacancies. Only thing
Yes.
you have to catch up, and you have 2 years to catch up. I think we'll take at least 2.5 years to complete.
I will happily do that, Prabhuji. I'll join both together then.
Yes, it would be my good fortune.
I'll be very, very grateful to you. Thank you so much.
Saurid, don't need permission. Don't need
Okay.
invitation. You can join without invitation.
Very grateful.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So we'll stop here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur.
God.
Hari
Thank
Bol,
you,
Jai
Bol
Prabhu.
Prabhuji, Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much.